What's up, everyone? Welcome to the channel. In today's video, we're going to look at AT&T cybersecurity webcasts. I really do enjoy these little webcasts. They shine a little bit of light more onto my cybersecurity journey and gives me more insight on what to look out for when becoming a cybersecurity professional. I picked AT&T because from my point of view, they are really into like the cybersecurity field. They have their own little what do you call it, Alien Vault, their own security incident and event management system when it comes to doing like cybersecurity analysts and everything, like analyzing data and everything, analyzing network traffic. That probably be in another video. I still got to work out the kinks on getting that lab set up. But today we're gonna look at this webcast. It's a 30-minute webcast, and it reads, "How to align emerging network security tools to business needs." So I was trying to do it like a live. It was Wednesday, so as of this recording, I'm doing this on the 14th of July, and it was supposed to come out, well, it came out July 12th, and I missed it due to some just doing stuff at work and everything. So but today I already registered it and everything. I got it pulled up and everything. So we're going to read this little excerpt and describing what the video is about. So it says, today's businesses are experiencing growing numbers of endpoints, increasing cloud reliance, and an expanding network edge. Firewalls remain a critical security control, but they can only get you so far in a unified enforcement of security policies across your hybrid environment. Join AT&T Cybersecurity Services and Checkpoint product leaders as they demonstrate how their collaboration is assisting businesses in transforming or transitioning from outdated infrastructure to a more cohesive network security protection system, better suited for the modern business landscape. Gain insight on best practices for selecting and transitioning to a unified network security stack that can protect the business today and info tomorrow. Learn how one stack can help you to defend your internal network, users, and devices, protect user mailboxes and productivity applications, block phishing attempts, and prevent zero-day malware, implement secure remote access using zero trust principles, and expect 100% of SSL traffic for secure, fast, and private internet use. So it sounds pretty good. I can't wait to get into this. I hope you, if you find this video helpful throughout this whole video, smash the like button, subscribe. I'm gonna try to do more of these videos because not only am I trying to gain more into this field and everything, I'm trying to also get others that wants to be in the cybersecurity field and basically any field like cybersecurity, system administration, network engineering. A little bit of background about myself. I've done system administration, network engineering for 7 years. I have a background in computer science and computer information systems from a previous university I went to, and I recently graduated with a bachelor's in computer science, computer information science with a concentration in cybersecurity and information security, and currently I'm going out for my master's degree in cybersecurity operations. So just wish me luck on that. I heard it's gonna be a lot of paperwork, but hey, it's worth the education, man. Never stop learning. Always continue learning. Always be a sponge and soak up everything you can. All right. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Hello there. On behalf of AT&T Business, thank you for joining us for today's Virtual Viewpoints webinar. You're in for quite a treat. Our speakers have an engaging and insightful discussion planned for you. This webinar will be recorded. We'll send you a link with the recording by email within 24 hours. Before we begin, let's go over how to make the most of your experience. Each window on your console is resizable and movable, so feel free to move things around as needed. At the bottom of your screen are tools to enhance your experience. They're customized for each webinar. Options usually include a link to contact us directly and a list of resources for today's webinar. We'll also include links to related webinars if available. We invite you to download these resources or click on the links that you find most useful. Feel free to explore these tools at any time. If you click on them, you'll still be able to view the webinar. Lastly, please take a moment to fill out our survey during or immediately following the webinar. We craft our content with you in mind, so we'd appreciate your feedback. A window will pop up immediately following the webinar, or you can find access to the survey in the toolbar. And now I'll turn things over to our speakers to kick off today's webinar.
Okay. Good morning or good afternoon, depending on where you're joining us from. I'd like to thank everybody for taking the time to join our webcast on how to align emerging network security tools to business needs. I'm Marina Johnson, and I'll be moderator for today's session. I'm excited to introduce our speakers for today, Tracy Poole and Steve McKenna. Tracy Poole is a lead product manager for AT&T Cybersecurity, and Steve McKenna is a cybersecurity professional from Check Point. And with that, I will turn things over to Tracy to get started.
Thanks, Marina. You know, businesses are evolving, and so is the threat landscape. In the past, most attacks were focused on the network, so that's where the majority of investments were placed. This was a good idea, but the threat became more sophisticated. As employees started working more remotely, endpoints and end-user devices like mobile phones, laptops, tablets that had access to corporate networks became the next target, and businesses had to rethink their strategies. They had to develop a plan that took seriously the growing number of attacks, the growing level of complexity of these attacks, and develop solutions that include the tools that make sense for their entire infrastructure. When thinking about modernizing your network security, you can't think of it in terms of a linear path. It can actually involve multiple layers of controls based on a number of different factors: your business requirements, the threats that you're trying to mitigate, your risk appetite. An organization must have a comprehensive view of their overall risk and how it is managed with their various aspects of their network before they can really begin their planning of their infrastructure. So how do you do that? First, you have to ask yourself some key questions. Things like, what security solutions do we currently have in place? Are they working? Have we taken stock on what we currently have, what's working, what's not working? What do we need to modernize based on the tools that we currently have? You need to look at the vendors that you're using, the choices that you've made. Are you using multiple vendors? Are you just using a single vendor? What is the most simplest way to organize your security solutions for your particular business organization? Where are the gaps? And then finally, you want to think about not just for current day, but where is your solution headed? Do you have a roadmap that will allow you to modernize your network security solution in the future? A key part of that question is, what modern security tools best fit your business needs? And we all know there are many tools in a cybersecurity arsenal that will help identify and protect your organization. Here are just some of the most common. Firewalls, especially next generation firewalls, are considered kind of the foundation, the first line of defense, if you will, for your internal network. Secure web gateways, SWGs, there to protect your overall network security. Secure remote access, allowing for security for those interconnections between your remote users interacting with your corporate network, making sure that things coming in and out are protected. As you move more into cloud solutions, protecting your data, protecting the software solutions that you're interacting with the cloud becomes more and more critical, and so does cloud security. ZTNA solutions, zero trust strategy, has to be a part of your solution planning, making sure that every step of the way there is some security solution protecting, double checking that you're secured and protected. Endpoint solutions, anti-phishing, antiviral solutions, encryption tools. There's lots of things to consider when developing your security plan. And part of what you need to assess is it one solution? Is it a multi-solution? One of the things we have folks consider when thinking about an overall security infrastructure is Secure Access Service Edge. It's a combination of SWG, CASB, ZTNAs, along with SD and WAN. So join network solutions with security solutions and understanding if this is what makes sense for your infrastructure, bridging these solutions together. We work very closely with our vendors here at AT&T to help us develop solutions that make sense with a number of tools. For example, we have AT&T Security Your Way with Checkpoint as a solution that we offer today, which is a combination of a number of security solutions that we have worked with our Checkpoint vendor to put together to service our customers. Steve, do you want to talk a little bit about this particular solution?
Sure. Thanks, Tracy. Yes. So in this example, as we outline here, some of these solutions are bundled security solutions. AT&T and Checkpoint, we've created these offers for AT&T's customers in allowing them to transition from potentially outdated infrastructure to a more cohesive network security protection system, which is much better suited to help any customer secure their modern business landscape. So in this example, AT&T Secure Way with Checkpoint allows you to defend against primary threat vectors like email or web traffic, as Tracy referenced, utilizing zero trust and its principles to enable secure remote access for users, as well as these technologies give you the option to inspect 100% of SSL traffic, which will ensure that secure, fast, private internet use. So these bundled services offer businesses the ability to incrementally improve their web, email, or zero trust security functions without the need for overhauling and implementing a full SASE solution. So as you see in the example here on the screen, there are a few different ways that you can utilize these solutions. And if you have questions around the details of these offers, we'll be happy to answer your questions towards the end of this discussion. So thank you, and back to you, Tracy.
We are aware that when we're talking about looking at solutions, looking at tools, that sometimes that can be a bit intimidating. Deciding on the right tools and solutions can be a challenge for a number of reasons. Lack of expertise. We understand that everyone isn't an IT or cybersecurity expert. And navigating diverse vendor definitions. Which are the vendors that make sense? Why go with one versus the other? If you're starting from scratch in developing a cybersecurity plan or migrating from legacy systems or doing some hybrid infrastructure, understanding how to make that work can be a challenge. Cleaning up security policies when you're making transitions, deciding what needs to be filtered out, what isn't working, what isn't scaling, is an analysis that takes a little bit of work. Determining appropriate segmentation, understanding where your security solutions need to house, what they should be protecting, where to draw those lines. Again, is something that, doesn't naturally come to every business, and they may need some help. Staying compliant. What you will find is more and more from a government level to a corporate security level, there are some compliance governance that you will have to meet, and understanding what those compliance requirements are and having to navigate through is also exactly a challenge that you may find that you need a little bit of additional help with. So many organizations don't have the resources or the expertise to do this analysis, to do this rollout of new solutions, and having the right partner to help them with that transition may make all the difference in success. That's where managed security service providers come into play. When you are trying to determine what your security solution should look like, what tools you should be using, how to modernize your network security, MSSPs are key. Managed services can help relieve the burden on in-house technology teams and simplify your security management through a single management layer and support team. It helps relieve the burden on in-house technology teams, reduce complexity of deployment, configuration, and maintenance, being there at every step of the way, providing an extensive cybersecurity knowledge and experts, gaining the ability to rely on those SMEs who are certified, who are currently researching these topics, who are going to all of the needed associations to stay current, working with the key vendors to make sure that they're up on the tools, performing efficient deployment and issues resolutions, and helping with the network management from start to end. This is where MSSPs are key and helpful as you're developing these solutions and asking the questions that need to be asked to build your infrastructure. As you are working with your MSSPs, what you're going to find is that they're going to hold your hand through developing, hopefully, a comprehensive phased plan that gets you from analysis all the way to execution. Cyber consultants can perform gap assessments, develop strategies, plan consistent security policies that will help to protect your organizations. They'll help to create those roadmaps, those guide documents, deployment solutions, and they'll do it in a way that helps you not only build, but scale. From phase 0 or starting out, assessing that risk, understanding what's in your infrastructure, where are the threats, where do you need to start? Moving into creating a plan and determining what tools you'll need to defend it against your greatest vulnerabilities. Understanding what you already have, developing organizational charts and RACI charts that says what everyone needs to do in this very global plan to secure your network, establishing a budget. We understand that we would love to have every security tool in the toolbox, but sometimes we have to make prioritization choices. So how do you do that? Determining how you will move if you're starting from existing platforms and moving to a different one, from the legacy networks to modern network security infrastructure. Continuing into a design phase, right? Taking all that information that you've learned, all the research, all the plans that you've made, and turning them into an architectural infrastructure that makes sense for your organization. Segmenting, determining what tools will go with what solutions, with what infrastructures, where they will go. Talking about access management, identifying who needs what layer of access, integrating multiple solutions or understanding where to mix and match different vendors. And then moving into a test phase, taking that information, taking your diagrams, taking your architecture, moving them into a place where you may test some of those solutions in a lab type setting or doing it on a smaller scale, figuring out where the glitches are, what does work, what doesn't work, and then finally deploying and understanding, okay, now that we've done this, what do we still need to do? Where do we need to turn down old systems? What processes do we need to create or improve upon? How do we maintain? How do we monitor? How do we transition into the last phase of support and scalability? All of these things are something that you have to consider from the very beginning when developing your infrastructure. And of course, they will evolve over time. They will evolve as you grow your business. They will evolve as, unfortunately, there are additional threats and complexities that you have to consider. But this is a good place to start. And it's a great place to work with an MSSP to organize your security plan so that you can get to a place where your security network is modernized. At the end of the day, you have to understand how to be successful in a security solution. How do you know if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing? Well, go back to your plan. Are you meeting the KPIs that you established? Are you being compliant? Are you expected to stay on budget? Or are you having to consider new solutions, better solutions that keep you in a different infrastructure? Have your attacks been mitigated? Operationally, does this make sense for your organization? Is it overtaxing or is it working the way that you assume? Lots to consider when thinking about expected outcomes, but this is something that is ever evolving and ever changing. And the right staff and organization and plan will continue to keep you on track. We've talked about MSSPs, and I believe that AT&T is one of those managed services that can really be key to your business planning. Because of our broad alliances with multiple security systems, AT&T has the flexibility to meet customers where they are. We offer services on top of multiple technology platforms in each of the security categories: networking, threat, endpoint, and identity management. As the diversity of our customers' networks architecture often requires us to be flexible in how we use and how we choose the security controls used for their environments. We are uniquely able to deliver a broad range of cybersecurity services across consulting, professional services, and a whole network of solutions. 140 years of managing and protecting global networks, over 2,000 cybersecurity specialists, bridging the gap between deployment, configuration, maintenance, and help support. The range of services from beginning to end to ensure that you not only have a security plan, that you have it implemented, monitored, and scaled. That's what AT&T Management Services can continue to do for you and your organization.
Well, there you have it. I know it said 30 minutes for the actual presentation, but they go into Q&A and everything. And but from what I've looked at, it is very beneficial for a business to look into having a managed security services provider. I mean, how she broke everything down to the different phases, all the way from planning all the way to deployment. I mean, I found it very, very helpful and very insightful when, basically for me, when trying to pick out, like, do I want to go this route when in my cybersecurity career? You know, maybe I would like to work for AT&T. You never know. Cross my fingers. I hope I can. But yeah, if you found this video helpful, smash the like button, hit the like button, whatever you do, just hit the like button. If not, let me know. Leave some comments below to let me know how you think this video was. I know it's not the most exciting video, but I feel like it was more informational than ever, especially for those that's trying to get into cybersecurity, as myself, you know. So yeah, thank you for listening, thank you for watching with me, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.